Welcome to Race Weekend Update. I'm your host Mike Lofquist, and let's get right into the news. Kevin Harvick ended a string of bad luck with a dominating win in the Bojangles Southern 500 at Darlington Raceway Saturday night. Harvick has been on a 5-race skid with horrible luck after winning the second race of the season at Phoenix. He dominated the event, leading 238 laps, and looked to be cruising to the victory when a caution came out with 9 laps to go. Harvick's team took 4 fresh tires, while a slew of drivers only took 2, including Dale Earnhardt Jr. The race went into double overtime when Clint Bowyer spun Kurt Busch into the inside wall down the backstretch. Kurt Busch, of course, didn't like that and, well, acted like Kurt Busch. 3 cautions after pit stops, Kevin Harvick made a slick move on the outside of Dale Earnhardt Jr. coming to the white flag and cruised to the victory. Jr. just didn't have enough tires to keep Kevin Harvick out of victory lane. I love Darlington, but this race was more than 4 hours long, and nobody has patience for this kind of broadcast window anymore. Kevin Harvick was first, Dale Earnhardt Jr. was second, Jimmie Johnson was third, Matt Kenseth was fourth, and Greg Biffle rounded out the top 5. The NASCAR Sprint Cup Series is off this weekend for Easter, but returns to the track Saturday, April 26th for the Toyota Owners 400 at Richmond International Raceway. Chase Elliott missed his prom Friday night, but had the best date with the Lady in Black. Elliott won the VFW Sport Clips Help a Hero 200 at Darlington Raceway Friday night. He restarted 6th on lap 146 after a late caution forced the top runners to pit. Chase quickly blasted into the front, passing Elliott Sadler coming out of turn 2 on the final lap on the outside for his 2nd victory in a row. He also becomes the youngest points leader in Nationwide Series history and has solidified himself as a Nationwide Series title contender. Chase was, of course, first, Elliott Sadler held on to 2nd, Matt Kenseth was 3rd, Kyle Busch was 4th, and Joey Logano rounded out the top 5. The Nationwide Series is off for Easter next weekend as well, but we'll be back on track Friday, April 25th for the Toyota Care 250 at Richmond International Raceway. Ryan Villopoto continued to dominate Monster Energy AMA Supercross Saturday night at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. This Seattle area native had to battle his way through the semi into the main, but got the whole shot and led every single lap again. James Stewart didn't have as good of a start as Ryan Villopoto and Ryan Dungey, but got past Dungey on lap 3, and the top 3 points contenders held position for the rest of the main. Stewart's 2nd place run kept Villopoto from locking up the championship, but at this point it's just postponing the inevitable. Ryan Villopoto was 1st, James Stewart was 2nd, Ryan Dungey was 3rd, Eli Tomac was 4th, and Justin Barcia rounded out the top 5. Supercross takes its 1 break of the season next weekend for Easter, just like everybody else. The sport will be back on track in the New York area for the first time since 1991 when they head to MetLife Stadium Saturday, April 26th. Mike Conway won the 40th running of the Toyota Grand Prix at Long Beach for the 2nd time in the last 4 years. Many thought his Indy career was essentially over after he decided to no longer compete on ovals, but he proved many of them wrong Sunday. The race was accented by a multi-car crash on lap 56. Ryan Hunter-Reay tried to pass then-leader Joseph Newgarden as he was coming out of the pits and was running on cold tires. By all accounts, the wreck was on Ryan Hunter-Reay, and many made statements, including his team owner Michael Andretti, that he needed to have a little bit more patience. I just think it's funny watching a series that claims to have the best drivers in the world have an accident up front that essentially takes out the top 3 best cars. Really, best in the world, huh? That's Busch League stuff. Overall deserving win for Mike Conway, but it's hard to be excited for the rest of the season when the 2nd place guy in the championship won't even run the entire season. Conway was 1st, Will Power was 2nd, Carlos Munoz was 3rd, Juan Pablo Montoya rebounds from a horrible first weekend finishes 4th. The Verizon IndyCar Series is off next weekend for Easter as well, and they'll be back on track April 27th for the Honda Indy Grand Prix of Alabama at Barber Motorsports Park. Antron Brown, Robert Hight, Jimmy Lund, and Andrew Hines all ended up taking home wallies from this weekend's NHRA 4-Wide Nationals at ZMAX Dragway in Charlotte, North Carolina. The event has become my favorite drag race of the year to watch, even though many of the purists don't like it. I think every strip should have 4 lanes already. That's all the race-related news that mattered to me this week. Follow the show on Twitter at RaceWeekUpdate. If you have any questions or suggestions, leave us a comment below. I'm Mike Lofquist for Race Weekend Update saying we'll see you at the track.